Lily. This is Little Squirrel's Farm.
Good morning and welcome back to Little Squirrel's Farm. Merlin and I are here to talk to you about, well, we're going to get excited with you about some of the homeschooling stuff that I ordered that just came in that we're going to use all summer, me and the girls. Merlin's not quite ready for workbooks yet. Totally cool. So let's get started looking through some of the stuff that came. I'm so excited about it. I really am. So one of the reasons that I'm so excited is that my youngest daughter, who's been struggling with reading this year, is finally reading comfortably. It's still at quite a beginner level, but it's much more comfortable. There's a lot less resistance, and so we can really get started with we're going to try moving into a classical education approach with the type of work and the volume of work. Baby steps. My daughters do both have ADHD, and so expecting them to work at the same level or with the same type of work of classical instruction in particular as someone who's in, say, third grade or second grade is perhaps an unreasonable expectation. So we are looking at just one page each a day of some of these workbooks, but so far we've already started them today. Lily started with word ladders. This is going to be something that she likes, puzzles, so I think it's going to be entertaining for her, but also pretty easy, just a little something else to help her work on her handwriting. She writes really hastily. She's incredibly proficient with language, but definitely with the handwriting could use a little bit of work. But this is her first one. She really enjoyed the process. It was a little more challenging with Violet. She's got the more severe ADHD, and schoolwork really stresses her out sometimes. So we have to be patient. So she started over here, and I think she thought that it was like a handwriting book that she has, where she was just supposed to write sentences with the in, and so she was just trying to squeeze in words here at a certain point. And we talked about reading the directions, and then we tried over here, and here, not exactly sure what her thought process was here, but it's a little closer to the goal. But this was when I pulled her aside and we sat together and we went over each clue individually and we did the whole thing together. You can see my handwriting above the answers we had. And then one more time with me right beside her reading the clues for her, which is one of the accommodations that we make. We have a successful execution of a word ladder. So I was very pleased with that. And that's just day one. So I have high hopes for the rest of our time using this particular resource. If you want to try out any of these resources with me, I'm going to link all of them below. Things being as they are right now, I did end up getting all of them on Amazon. A lot of the books, not the workbooks, but the books, I got used, because that's how I prefer to buy books when I can. But the workbooks, obviously a used workbook is going to be, used. So I don't know how helpful that would be. Grammar is something I want to emphasize a little bit more. It was just me picking something to correct in Lily's independent journals, but she was very resistant to that. So I think something like this she'll find a little less offensive to her art, as it were. So she already started with that. I'm only asking for one page a day for them because we school year round. I don't, especially with them having ADHD, it's really, I don't want them to brain dump everything that they learn in a 3-month period. And I know that was really challenging for me when I was a kid. Honestly, I did a lot of fun stuff over summers, but I also remember being really bored and doing a lot of chores over the summer. So especially here in San Diego, where we can take more enjoyable breaks during different times of the year when it's a little bit cooler and it's not incredibly hot outside. So we are year-round homeschoolers. We take week-long breaks during other parts of the year. What happened? Did you fall? Did you fall over? You're fine. You're fine. So, grammar went really well for both of them this morning. Also have high hopes for this resource. Right now we're on grade 1 for Violet and grade 2 for Lily, but Lily's gonna devour this book. She's gonna be on grade 4 in no time. I'll bet anything. So, I haven't started with this one yet. I actually can't remember if I was just going to use it for extra practice for Lily, because Lily's she really is really good with language. We did an iReady assessment recently, and she just nailed it. It was very impressive. So I'm trying to give her more things to keep her entertained, as well as hone her skills, because I know that some of the stuff she does is, well, let's just say that she's at an advantage when it comes to language. So a lot of stuff that's at grade level for her is just too easy. Alright, so let's get into the books. So this one, well, let's start with this one. This is the core for our history and our language arts this year, because this is our central theme. We're going to go with the approach where we start with a year 1 of doing the classical instruction with Story of the World, and we're doing ancient times. And I like ancient times because it gives me the opportunity to weave in all of the subjects from the beginning. Because in fact, during the summertime, I know that the recommended instruction to pair with this is, I think, earth science. And we will be doing a little bit of that. But what really excites me about this is learning about ancient times. We can also learn about simple machines and how they were used. And then that'll translate into learning about simple machines, the way they're used today, more advanced instruction, and sort of, I'm really hoping to give Lily and Violet more energy literacy than what I grew up with and what I learned in school. Energy literacy is a big deal today, and it and energy illiteracy is a big problem in the United States today. So I want to do my part and try and make sure that Lily and Violet have a good grasp on the way things work. This was also, this book actually was one that my husband recommended. He is a huge he's an electronics technician now, but he got to go to a magnet school. He was really into the way stuff works and engineering and robotics when he was a kid, and I would love it if Lily and Violet got more exposure into that as well. And this is a really cool book. You end up following this woolly mammoth through all of these machines, everything from, we're starting with levers, but yeah, levers, lasers, windmills, Wi-Fi. So that's really cool. I'm excited about how these will tie together. They actually, just in one of the first or 1 or 2 chapters here, talk about a simple machine that's an early lever. I'm trying to remember, what's it called? Yeah, a shadoof. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, just lifting water out to, like, you know, water crops. So I'm excited about tying these together, tying our science with our history and with our literature. So in line with starting at the beginning, I've got these 2 secular creation stories that I'm really excited about. I have not read through them yet. This one I'm more interested in than this one. I thought this one was for kids, but now that I'm looking at it and I have it, I think it's a little more teenager to adult. So we might not get to that one. I'm gonna read it myself and see if it would translate well for them. But this one in particular looks really cool. Violet said she really liked the pictures. We're actually about to read it today and do a narration from it, so I'm very excited about this one. This one we haven't done yet because we won't yet, not until we get to that section of Story of the World, but this is on the list that they have in the Well-Trained Mind, which is the guideline for classical instruction that talks about stuff like Story of the World. I'm pretty sure the same person who wrote, the same person who wrote this contributed and wrote the other one as well. So, no, No, you can't. You can't slobber all over the books, baby. You can't. No, no. No, no. That's... We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Then we've got Where the Sidewalk Ends, which is one of my favorite poetry books when I was a kid, and Favorite Poems Old New, which I don't think I owned, but I really do love poetry. So when they were talking about, in The Well-Trained Mind, when they're talking about exposing your kids to poetry, I was like, well, you don't have to tell me twice. No, you don't have to tell me twice. So those are the books that I have so far. I think I'm expecting some more in the mail, and I'll probably keep accumulating them. As many as I can, I'm trying to get books-wise. As many as I can, I'm trying to access for free on the Libby app. If you haven't downloaded the Libby app and you are a homeschool parent, download the Libby app today, because with just your phone number or your library card, you can have access to a wealth of ebooks and audiobooks from your local library for free. So do it now. Can I have this? Can I have it? Yeah, because you can't have that. Okay. Where's your toy? Where's your toys? Alright. Well, let me know if you have any suggestions for how to how to use this material, or other material that you think that we would benefit from working through year one, the ancients. I'll let you know if I think of really cool ways how it all ties together, and look forward to, there's going to be some more videos that I post that show the kinds of projects that we're going to do with it, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and I hope you'll join us.